Unbelievable. The device in my ear translates everything they say from an unknown language into my mother tongue. It takes a little practice because in one ear I hear the translation and in the other, the original incomprehensible speech. I'm amazed. I saw in the media that something like this was being developed by using AI, but I never thought I'd actually get access to something like it, and certainly not in a forest from a mysterious warrior.
We have to go. Another traveler must already be at the location,
Says Adira.
You two go back, and I'll find out where the others are. You must get to safety while there's still time.
Argues Anidus.
It's already too late. The Kartosk are in the woods, and I saw a group come this way from the plains.
She declares. Anidus falls silent. He seems to be thinking. He looks at Adira and then at me.
Fine, we'll stay together. It will be safer, but only until we meet with our cavalry. Then we'll split and you'll go back.
Finishes Anidus. I don't understand most of what they're talking about, but they have answers. I figure I'll learn more by being close to them than wandering the woods alone. I lay out a clear condition. I'll go with you, but stop the theater and tell me what's going on.
All right, take out the compass and show me which way it's pointing.
Says Anidus. I walk alongside Adira, a few dozen meters behind Anidus. If I understood correctly, he's some kind of scout. He was sent ahead of the cavalry. Whatever it means, I'm alone with Adira now. I have the perfect opportunity to learn more, but my mind is overwhelmed with a million questions. Where am I? And how did I get here? I ask the most urgent question I can think of.
You're in the land of Aegis.
Adira replies. Aegis? I ask, confused. I've never heard of such a place. Can you please stop messing around? I want real answers, and I want them now, I say irritably, locking eyes with her. Her eyes aren't calculating. They're mysterious but kind and warm, a little red, a little tired. A moment of silence. She's thinking. When she speaks, she keeps eye contact. She's either being honest or is a very good liar.
You're not in any place you know. You're not in your old world. You're not in any place you know. You're not in your old world. This isn't Earth. This is Primus. You're on another planet.
I understand exactly what she's saying, but I can't process it. It sounds insane, but her sincere eyes disturb me. I can't shake the feeling that she might be telling the truth. Suddenly nothing else matters, only that look, stronger than most things I've ever experienced. It feels like nothing else around us exists. The only thing that matters is this mysterious warrior standing next to me. Could she be telling truth? I don't know how long it lasts. Time seems to have lost all meaning. She's waiting for my reaction, but I'm scattered, unsettled, and at the same time, strangely delighted by this feeling of adventure. I have to remind myself, we met only a few minutes ago and this is not possible. I don't know her at all, and she's trying to convince me I'm on another planet. I decided not to challenge what she said. I let her keep talking. Surely she'll contradict herself eventually. There's no way to logically justify a fairy tale like this. How did I get here? I ask calmly.
I'm not entirely familiar with the technology that was used,
She says.
I know it wasn't a physical transport. It was an information transfer. Our ancestors understood what matter truly is and how to manipulate space-time. If you want to know the technical side of it, you can read the documents kept in Kautas or speak to Irmi. She specializes in this field. But I can give you a brief idea of how it all began.
I walk, staring at the ground beneath my feet. I say nothing, so she continues.
Travel between our worlds used to be common, Earth of which I've heard wonderful things, and Primus, a planet blooming with an incredibly advanced and intelligent civilization. Virgin nature shaped incredible formations and phenomena. Magnificent cities scattered across the planet. I've only seen pictures, but I've always wished to see them with my own eyes. Our ancestors didn't just travel to Earth, they visited many other worlds. But Earth was a unique discovery. It was home to people almost identical to our ancestors, despite being light years apart. The people of Primus were thousands of years ahead in terms of technology and advancement. However, these two planets still had almost identical dominant species, with very few differences in DNA. The odds of that happening were nearly zero. It couldn't be a coincidence. So they searched for a connection. They helped the people on Earth develop, accelerating their natural progress and providing assistance. They even built you an intergalactic gate, similar to the one that existed on Primus. That's how you're here now.
It sounds like something out of a movie, but a movie with a few plot holes. If your civilization was so advanced, why are you running around with swords? And what am I even doing here? My presence doesn't exactly fit into this story, I say skeptically.
The people living in Aegis are only survivors, remnants of a once advanced civilization.
Adira explains.
Ancestors' civilization was destroyed by a global catastrophe, and despite their technological prowess, they only managed to save a small piece of the home planet. That's the land we're on now. And as for why someone like you is sent here roughly once every 3 generations, there are several theories. Right before the planet was destroyed, many people left for other worlds. A group was sent to Earth. We don't know whether they had specific goal or why exactly they programmed the gate this way. Maybe they wanted you to help us repopulate this world, or to solve the mystery of 2 similar civilizations on different planets. Unfortunately, we don't know for sure. Our people are focused on survival, not solving ancient riddles.
If that's true, I ask, why are you here? Why do you help Earthlings if you don't even care about them?
The main reason
Adira says calmly.
is that we value life, and we know you wouldn't survive a day without us.
She doesn't say it arrogantly, just as a fact, and I have no words. My stomach tightens. There's a sour taste in my throat. I still don't believe her, but I can't shake the feeling that she might be right. It's too unbelievable to be true. But then again, Earth's technology has been progressing at an exponential rate. Interplanetary travel isn't physically impossible, and it could explain the grand civilizations of the past. The problem is, I don't see it happening. Even with our incredible potential as humankind, I don't see us rising to the stars. Occasionally, a great person appears and changes something, but they're just drops in an ocean. Humanity continues with its miserable existence, chasing power and fame now and then. How petty. And many people realize this. But what's the point in trying? Why fight to change something when you have no chance against the machinery of our world? When everyone thinks that way, it's no wonder we're stuck. How could people like that ever build a thriving planet? Probably not at all. Adira said that our people on Earth were almost the same as her ancestors. Maybe that's where the difference lies. Everything in Adira's story makes sense, except for me. I don't understand how I could possibly help solve the mystery of 2 civilizations or contribute to rebuilding this world. And why me, out of 8 billion people? I had a normal life. I was an average young guy living in the 21st century. I had a family, friends, memories, half-read books, half-watched shows, future plans, photos from holidays and places I'd visited. Everything was simple and normal. How could I end up in a situation like this? These kinds of things happen only in books and movies, not in real life. Stargates, apocalypses, unraveling ancient mysteries, young, attractive warriors, sci-fi tech, one cliché after another. It's nonsense, but I can't shake the feeling. What if Adira is telling the truth? I've always believed the line between dream and reality wasn't that wide, that it depends on how we look at the world, that we build our own lives and choose what miracles we let happen in them. And this could be a miracle. I don't believe it. They're messing with me. I walk, lost in thought until someone grabs my forearm and stops me. Automatically, I look at the hand. Thin fingers, short-trimmed nails. I follow it up the forearm and shoulder to its owner, Adira. She has stopped and is staring ahead at Anatus. He's standing still, and so we stop too. His head is tilted at a strange angle, as if he's peering through the tree crowns, searching for something above. He turns and signals with his hand. Stay here.
Something's bothering him. He went to check it out.
Adira says, sitting down on the ground. She sits with her knees bent, resting her arms on them. I try to spot what Anatus noticed, but the forest looks the same, dense with occasional gaps in the canopy where sunlight pierces through, casting glowing beams onto the forest floor. Birds chirping, a soft breeze, falling leaves. I find nothing strange, so I sit beside Adira. I want to ask her more, but I don't know where to begin, so we sit in silence. My thoughts are too scattered and chaotic to hold on to one. Every new thing she told me adds pressure inside my skull like it's about to burst. Finally, she breaks the silence.
Whatever happens, trust no one but my people and your own.
I close my eyes. I imagine her words and everything else she told me draining out of my head, leaving it empty. It helps a little. I feel calmer. Adira senses my anxiety and tries to comfort me with a gentle touch. It's warm, reassuring. Then she continues.
Do you know why we call you Unar?
I shake my head.
Because you're the first. You're the only one with a compass. Only Unar has one. It's a piece of ancient technology, very advanced and incredible.
She glances at the compass clipped to my belt. I unclip it and offer it to her.
No.
She says, shaking her head. She gently takes my hand and folds it into a fist around the compass.
It's more complicated than you think. If I'm not mistaken, only you can use it correctly.
Great. So now I'm the chosen one? Of course I once dreamed of being part of the Rebirth Project, becoming Captain America, an elven archer fighting the darkness of Mordor, a sorcerer of the Phoenix Order, flying on the Destiny, chasing the White Rabbit. I believed in the strength, determination, and courage of my heroes. The problem is, I was raised to believe that none of it was possible, that it was just fiction, that the real world doesn't work that way. So now I'm struggling to accept what's happening. Yes, in the real world, people don't have supernatural powers. They feel pain, and they die easily. And now I'm afraid for my life. But if I fear for my life, how can I accomplish anything? How can I win if I'm not willing to take risks? I can't. I'm no noble warrior, no skilled archer, no grand wizard or fearless avenger. I'm just a regular person, flesh and blood. But that doesn't mean I can't become a hero. Heroes are everywhere, young and old, mothers and soldiers. I'll start by distancing myself emotionally from the situation. Eventually, the truth will come out. Whether this is a joke or not, I'll stay true to myself. I take a breath and prepare to speak. But a scream cuts me off. A woman's scream, far away. Adira remains calm and slowly rises to her feet. I jump up, instinctively scanning the area. My eyes dart, my ears strain to catch the direction of the cry. All I hear are birds singing in various tones and frequencies. Who was that? Where did the scream come from? I ask Adira.
Another member of our little party.
She says with a smile. I'm surprised by her calm response, but I follow her same direction Anitis went. We walk through the forest. I realize I'm making a lot of noise. I try to walk quietly, like Adira. I mimic her steps and movements, but it seems impossible. Every step I take comes with snapping twigs and rustling leaves. After a while, I notice more sunlight filtering through the trees ahead. The forest is thinning. We're stepping out into a clearing. The sudden sunlight blinds me for a second. I lift my hand to shield my eyes, and then I see it. A meadow in full bloom. It's stunning. A green field covered in colorful flowers, each opening its petals toward the light. The colors form abstract patterns like a painting. On the far end, something glitters, reflecting sunlight. I can't tell what it is. The reflection is too strong to focus on. We step onto the meadow. The beauty hits all my senses. The scent of flowers fills the air, sweet, overwhelming. Adira walks ahead. I follow. Not far away, I see Anitis kneeling in the grass. He's leaning over something. As we approach, I realize what it is. A girl. She's sitting on the ground in a robe, trembling. She's small, thin, fragile. The kind of girl you could believe was an angel. Delicate and soft. Her face is anxious and wet with tears. Eyes red, cheeks damp. She hugs her knees tightly to her chest. She hasn't noticed us. She's barefoot, but at least she has socks. Next to her is a pile of clothing, just like what I found beside me when I woke up. Except there's no compass. That's definitely missing. Adira leans toward me and whispers,
Give her your translator so we can talk to her.
Her breath grazes my neck warm like a breeze in the dead of winter. It takes me a second to understand what she means. I kneel before the girl. She finally notices me and looks up. I give her the kindest smile I can muster. I act like I would with a frightened child, slow, gentle, deliberate. I point at the device on my head and the earpiece in my ear. I remove it and offer it to her in my open hand. She looks at it, then at me.
Stoeto.
She asks, That language, Russian? This girl speaks Russian? How is that possible? You'll understand us. We want to talk, I say, hoping she may understand. She takes the device hesitantly. She places it on her head. She twitches a bit when the disc touches her skin, but continues placing the earpiece in. Adira speaks first, but now I can't understand her. Only her name comes through clearly. She and Anitis bow slightly, just as they did when they greeted me. It must be a local gesture. I'm completely cut off from the conversation. I catch bits of Russian, but not much. Then I realize something strange. This girl speaks Russian, yet Anitis and Adira understand her, just like they understood me. But they didn't use any translators. They do not have any earpiece in their ears. That's impossible. They understand her language, and they understood mine, but they didn't use a translator. That doesn't make any sense. They couldn't possibly know both languages fluently without speaking them, and they weren't using translation devices. Since I can't follow the conversation, I turn my gaze back to the meadow. It's easier than sitting there confused. I start to doubt that this is all just a prank. Everything is too strange. And the language thing, that really makes it feel real. In books and films, no one ever questions language. Even when people travel to other worlds, the aliens always somehow speak English. It's unrealistic but accepted. It's just movies. But this breaks that rule. And I like it. I've always liked things that break convention, or things that carry the scent of healthy rebellion. One thing that always drives me crazy is people's desperate need to conform, to fit neatly into society's boxes, like sheep heading to be sheared or slaughtered. By conforming, we suppress our true selves. We bury our potential. We rob the world of our uniqueness, all just to avoid being stared at or judged. I too have followed those societal rules, but at least I try to fight them, to let my uniqueness rise to the surface, to be free. That's what made me happy. A person is never truly free if they have to constantly glance over their shoulder, worrying about what others are whispering. It doesn't take long before we leave the meadow behind. As we walk away, I keep glancing back to soak in its beauty one last time. I realize now that the shimmering surface on the far side was a pond. I'd love to explore it, but the compass points back into the forest. It's changed direction by about 120 degrees. I don't care. I've got other things on my mind. We're back in the woods. Aegis is up ahead. I follow behind with the two girls who are deep in conversation. The girl from the meadow is named Kara. I wish I could understand what they're talking about, but it seems Kara needs this conversation more than I do. We're walking close together. She's a head shorter than me, and her arms are as thin as matchsticks, but her voice, posture, and movements are full of energy. It's like she radiates something that affects everyone nearby. Her kind face and large, light blue eyes, they almost glow. The rest of her features fade into the background behind those eyes. Why are they both so attractive? I can't help it. Their beauty keeps distracting me, and I'm disgusted with myself for that. It's a stupid, instinctive male reaction, and at the same time, it's the essence of life. I'm starting to feel emotionally and mentally drained, overwhelmed with stress, sinking into a quiet depression. But there's no way I'm falling apart. I grit my teeth and summon new resolve. Aegis turns toward us and says something. Kara asks him something anxiously.
Ostri Sabala.
Estachea, op osna.
Adara answers in a calming voice. Then Anidus begins giving instructions. I can tell by the way he gestures to nearby places. Adara and Kara move to stand behind thick trees and lean against them. I remain where I am, unsure what to do, feeling like a complete idiot. Anidus comes over, gestures for me to follow him, and leads me to another thick tree. He points at me, and then at the trunk. I get it. I nod. I position myself behind the tree. He disappears ahead. From where I stand, I can see Adara and Kara. They're on the same level as me. Nothing happens for a while. The tension starts to fade, until the ground beneath my feet begins to vibrate. The trembling intensifies. I feel it first in my toes, then in my knees, then my spine. The entire forest floor is shaking. With the tremors, my heartbeat spikes. Every bone, every joint in my body resonates. Then comes the sound growing louder, like someone cranking up the volume on a stereo. It's a mix of stomping and animal roars. When the tree I'm pressed against begins to shake, when the sound is so loud I can't even hear my thoughts, they appear, charging out from behind the trees. Bison. One, then dozens, then hundreds. It feels like I'm standing on a giant jackhammer. But there's something off about the animals thundering past. They look like bison, but they're not. Even though I've never seen one in real life, I know something doesn't match. These creatures have small tusks like wild boars, and they have necks. Bison don't have that. Their heads sit almost level with their backs. But these things, their heads rise a little higher. It's subtle, but it's a different species, one I've never seen before. It lasts about 30 seconds, though to me, it feels like forever. If I so much as stretch out my arm, I'll lose it. If I weren't behind this tree, I'd be trampled or impaled. As the main mass of animals races past, the sound fades a little. But then a new, horrible sound pierces the air. A low, raspy growl, something between a lion's roar and a dog's snarl. That's when it appears, bursting out from the trees. A beast that looks like a wolf, only it's the size of a car, with fangs as long as my arm. It's a monster. It rushes past, chasing the herd. More of them follow, howling, barking, screeching. They move fast, too fast. Within seconds, They vanish beyond the horizon. My gaze shifts to Kara. She's white as a ghost, eyes closed, her lips moving, whispering something. Slowly, I begin to understand what just happened. I don't feel terror. I feel exhilaration. My heart is racing, like I just finished sprinting. I feel every breath, every heartbeat, every tense muscle, every vessel throbbing with hot blood. Without thinking, I step out toward Adara and Kara, and the moment I move out from behind the tree, something massive catches my peripheral vision. Time freezes. Just a few meters away, a massive beast. It creeps toward me. I stop breathing. The entire world fades. There's only this beast and me. It's huge. Its teeth are the size of my hands. Its long, razor-sharp fangs are bared. Drool drips from its mouth. I can hear it breathing harsh and heavy. I feel its breath alternating across my face. Then comes the smell. Blood, raw meat, rot. My nose and mouth fill with it. The taste is so foul I nearly gag. I stare into its eyes. Huge, blue, piercing. They stare straight into my small brown ones. I'm completely paralyzed. I don't even know how I feel. I feel nothing. Just emptiness. The beast turns its head briefly, looking over its shoulder, then back at me, then over my left shoulder. It growls. It crouches, pushes off with its hind legs and leaps. It flies over me. That's when my awareness returns. I blink, turn around. Behind me stands Anitas. The beast vanishes into the trees. I suddenly notice my hands are soaked, and they're trembling uncontrollably. Trying not to show it, I press them to my sides. My body is boiling with adrenaline. The whole experience is hazy, surreal, like a dream. I'm dizzy with euphoria from what just happened. What the hell was that? I ask, my voice shaking, though I already know no answer is coming, even though I don't understand him. Anitas responds, but stops mid-sentence. His pupils shrink. His nostrils flare. He stares blankly into space, unblinking. Seconds pass. Then suddenly, he blinks several times rapidly and speaks again, urgently. I don't know what he said, but the girl's reactions tell me enough. Adira's mysterious eyes widen. A wild look flashes across her face like that of a fierce animal. Kara buries her face in her hands and murmurs something under her breath. I watch it all unfold like a film without subtitles. Anitas barks another sharp command, then takes off running. He sprints in the direction from which those mythical creatures came earlier. I'm not used to this. I've only imagined situations like this in my mind, but now I'm living one. And when you're face to face with danger, you find out what you're really made of. If I'm honest, this feeling, the adrenaline, the tension, I kind of like it. But it's not just that. There's a realization sinking in. I'm not safe here, and maybe I'll never see home again. I might die here, and I'm scared. But the question is, what will I do with the time I have left? It doesn't matter if I'm in the land of Aegis or back home. Death is coming for all of us, so I have to squeeze everything I can from every moment, every breath, every ray of sun on my face, every drop of water from a clear spring, every chance to tell the people I love how much they mean to me. I just wish I'd realized it sooner. I miss them. And when I think about all the wasted time, I feel sick, ashamed. For all the unspoken I love yous. This is a new day, a new life, and I won't waste another second. Are those near-death experiences doing this to me? Could I wake up to this realization thanks to them? Or it may be adrenaline speaking? I am running after Anitas to find out.